FBI at the home of a possible person of interest in Nashville bomb. A potential person involved in the Christmas morning blast that shook downtown Nashville came together at the home of federal officials. The police scour the explosion of pulverized city streets and lost scores of houses by scouring 100 tips and leads over a 24-hour cycle after the blast. The causes remain vague as analysts worked all day to address unanswered concerns about a recreational vehicle that exploded on a mainly empty street on a quiet vacation morning, and warned the residents to flee. Saturday was a raid on cellular phone networks and police and hospital communications in numerous southern states, which destroyed an building. The attack was continued. Officials are hunting for a house in the suburban Nashville neighborhood of Antioch. The blast that happened on a quiet holiday morning is the largely empty street, and a reported warning was given to evacuate the neighbors. The FBI's special agent for Memphis field office Douglas Korneski said that 250 officers, investigators and FBI personnel working on the investigation are advancing in identifying the person or persons responsible for the use of a bomb plant in a leisure car, which exploded along a nearly deserted path. 3 have been shot. Day long, federal officers and Metro Police went to Warner's home to make sure that it was secure and to collect evidence. Neighbors tell me directly as the police showed the picture of the RV used in the downtown bombing. The FBI announced that it was searching for some people who might be linked to it. There were other signs of success in the inquiry. Furthermore, authorities said no further explosive equipment had been discovered. No active danger to the city. Researchers issued over 500 guidance and recommendations. They're just going to take a while, Saturday afternoon news conference. Douglas Korneski, the FBI special agent in charge of the field office in Memphis, said. Our research team turns every stone to learn who and why. Separately, in a briefing on Saturday, the Federal Emergency Management Agency said that samples of tissue recovered at the site were identified as human remains. Officials said they worked diligently to determine who the remains are. However, there were concerns about the suspicious circumstances of the blast, where police said 3 people were injured when a bomb exploded in a recreational vehicle. Why did the explosive come off in the early morning before the streets were actively engaged if the target was to damage unmentioned numbers of people, and why did the RV pre-recorded warning that a bomb was going to detonate in 15 minutes? And what if the target wasn't human destruction? To discover more about the blast, police closed down the center of Nashville downtown, a city full of noble colors, restaurants, and stores, as they mix in shattered glass and destroying houses. Mayor John Cooper has introduced an executive order to block public entry to the area of the downtown area up until Sunday. It has affected more than 40 houses. It said that reconstruction attempts face many obstacles, including regenerating fire overnight and causing building evacuation, which prompted their teams to coordinate with security and structural engineers and to conduct digging to reassign the power to the building. The flights at Nashville's International Airport were also temporarily grounded, while service was typically resumed on Saturday. Since then, a provisional flight ban has been issued in the Federal Aviation Association, compelling pilots to follow stringent protocols up to December 30. The police officers confirmed on Friday, Metro Nashville Police Chief John Drake, a recording of shots fired as the RV found a recorded warning that a bomb would explode in 15 minutes. Police evacuated buildings in the vicinity and called the bombing unit. Shortly thereafter, the RV detonated. The flights at Nashville's International Airport were also temporarily grounded, while service was typically resumed on Saturday. Since then, a provisional flight ban has been issued in the Federal Aviation Association, compelling pilots to follow stringent protocols up to December 30. The police officers confirmed on Friday, Metro Nashville Police Chief John Drake, a recording of shots fired as the RV found a recorded warning that a bomb would explode in 15 minutes. Police evacuated buildings in the vicinity and called the bombing unit. Shortly thereafter, the RV detonated. The assault began to devastate statewide communications networks. The Central Agency, which was hit by the explosion, rendered out of service the police ambulance services in Tennessee, Kentucky, Alabama, and the Nashville COVID-19 hotline, and a handful of hospital systems. The building had an exchange telephone and networking facilities, but the organization failed to state how many employees were affected. Investigators shut the center of the tourism scene downtown Nashville, a place filled with glittering tones, bars, and stores, through a shattered glass of broken buildings to discover more about the blast. Sumner Regional Medical Center in Gallatin, Tennessee, said on its Facebook page that it was operating without access to some of its systems, including medical records. "We prepare for situations like this and moved immediately to paper records. There has been no disruption to the delivery of patient care, and no cause for concern for this temporary issue," the center said in a post Friday. The FBI announced that it was searching for some people who might be linked to it. There were many other signs of success in the inquiry. Furthermore, authorities said no further explosive device had been discovered, no active danger to the city. Research teams issued over 500 guidelines and advice. Besides that, 3 wounded individuals were the only confirmed patients. Even now, the disruption to the facilities was widely seen as a result of the explosion involving an central office. Kentucky, Alabama, and Kentucky emergency police systems, the COVID-19 neighborhood hotline in Nashville, and a few medical systems were in service. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, like, comment if you haven't already. Meet you with the new video.